How should we count the ecological status?
So we have let's imagine that we have ecological algorithm which created by some ecological guys based on our information, so we calculate some ecological score.
So
air
pollution, quality of the water, some earthquakes, possibility of earthquakes. So a lot of information. We just based on that we count ecological score.
Single score.
Single, it doesn't matter. Let's imagine that it's single score.
So regarding one single score, I need to make a decision.
Yeah, but you can deepen. For example, click on this score, you can have after that some more detailed report. More detailed report, for example, possibility of earthquake, quality of the water, quality of air, the temperature range in this area, so different kind of...
So what should it be, a mobile app or some...
let's imagine that it will be site.
That's actually something we'll decide.
Yes,
So this is just an idea.
yes, that's the idea. Okay, any other questions?
Who is the target audience?
We should define. It's just any question on idea. So idea is clear.
Well, because if somebody else has a different idea, feel free to pitch. Then we can just vote on it.
Well, let's imagine that we could have a site, online platform where each person in Ukraine, for example, can post pictures with broken roads. That platform will show to the special organizations which will take part in the renovation of these roads. So all people can see on this platform who is who will manage, what are these organizations, who are the sponsors of redoing these roads, and so on. So this platform is a big platform where all Ukrainian cities will be involved, and all people can take a picture and post this picture in the service. So the special organization will see which part of the road is broken and which is the most prioritized. Well, I think this is the idea.
Let's imagine that we like spending time by walking or driving bicycle or something else, and we want to find out the place where we should run, or instant roads, or some other marshes that may be used. So basically we'll have a product where you will point your point of interest, and regarding this it will recommend you how to spend your time. So some new places, some new roads, some other ideas that you may use here.
So we just only for people that are walking and also like running?
Running, walking, bicycle, maybe some campings, etc. So just the roads with the quality of roads with some characteristics. For example, if you're a professional sportsman, you will choose more than 20 kilometers with grass and etc. So with different photos and descriptions who it should use for, or why it should be used for.
So what are our goals? So we are a startup. Maybe we're bootstrapping, maybe we just got a small government grant, or we have some funding. So we now need to build an application. We've been building it maybe for 1 or 2 months. We have a prototype in our hands, a very simple MVP. It seems to be working. So we're going live, maybe in next week. We want to set goals for the next 6 months. So 6 months goals. We're about to go live. We've been beta testing with our friends. It's been great. With our friends in Australia, a lot of virtual things happening across these 2 countries. So, what would be our first goal?
Before we should talk about goals, I have several questions regarding this dating platform. Everyone knows that when we're talking about dating or something virtual, most of us are thinking about things that is illegal for several countries. So
I think that's just you. No.
No, I believe not,
Yeah.
because we have a lot of dating services in Ukraine as well. So where will be our borderline between those 2 options, and will we allow to use our service for those like satisfaction?
Yeah, so let's imagine that the idea here is only for people to meet.
Yes.
And
Find each other.
yeah.
They should respond.
So if people decide that they want to meet in person, or if they want to wear less clothing on the camera, that's
another project.
that's phase 2. No, I mean, this will most likely happen, and we can't stop it. But we will not facilitate any money going back and forth. You cannot pay through our service. So we are not accepting the payment of whatever service might be rendered. We're just helping one person find another person and matching them. Then what to do through a virtual, I mean, it's virtual, right? So you can't really.
And we write a long story in terms and conditions.
So technically,
You should get money from this service.
we'll figure it out. Yeah.
For the meeting, for the
And
hour. I don't know,
keep in mind,
subscription.
but keep in mind, this is virtual. So what you see is the other person's face, and maybe the avatar that they made. They might be naked in their living room, but they're fully clothed, hiking on Mount Everest, holding hands in hands and talking about coffee. I don't know. So you can't really, unless we create some gadgets that also connect to the virtual thing, then maybe stuff can happen, which is maybe a great business idea as well. Yeah, exactly. So you can't really pay for anything legal through this, because it can't really happen unless you choose that scenario. Maybe then you have to upgrade to get the section time.
Only to us, not to anyone who is involved, only for service.
Yes, so to access the virtual Tinder, of course you need to have virtual goggles, either the Samsung thingies or the nicer ones.
Have partnership with somebody else and sell you some branding with our virtual tender.
Exactly, yeah. So there could be a, let's say, Disneyland comes in, so they'll pay us to provide a virtual dating at Disney World. As an example.
Already we are at ad agency, ad networks that provide the option of advertising in VR.
Exactly. So there's definitely a lot of money in this.
We also have a competitor like Facebook. We are meetings.
Yeah, we have a meeting with Mark next week because he wants to buy us. Okay, that's. I mean, these are details. I mean, the purpose here is not to make an actual product that we build. The purpose here is to pretend we're building a product, pretend that we need to get a control of our backlog. So at least, hopefully, most of you understand what this product is, and have some ideas what you think makes sense. And then we will. So we now want to set the goals for the 6 months. So let's say within 6 months we want to have 1 million users. That's great. New users. I mean, we haven't launched yet. Everybody should be used. Okay. I think active.
Or active.
Well, technically,
You don't know it.
exactly. That's the point. It doesn't. Yeah, exactly. It can be a boy pretending to be a girl, and this happened to me once actually. I was. This is back in 2001. Funny that we're in the room New York because I used to live in New York where I studied, and there was this online game. It was the first games that I found that you could play with somebody else, and it was basically just two guys trying to shoot something at the other one, and the ground below them would crumble. I for some reason chose a somewhat girly nickname, just much as a joke, but the other guys that were playing with me started talking dirty to me because they thought I was a girl. And I was like, hey, I'm a 25-year-old guy living in New York, what's your problem? They just, offline. Okay, so we want 1 million, is that active, is that just registered or paying?
Let's do active.
Okay, so we have 1 million users, so 1 million emails or something that are connected to our platform. So that's goal number 1.
I would add integration with top 3 VR platforms that we have right now. So, for example, it should be Google Daydream, PlayStation. No, well, we should integrate with top 3 services.
Okay, so number 2, I mean, well, let's do all kinds of goals, and then we can decide which ones we want to choose. We might actually merge some as well. So integrate with 3, you said?
Top 3.
The top 3.
We are services.
We are services.
Or platforms.
Yeah. Okay. The third goal.
I think we need to define some target market, maybe only United States or something like that. Just country, in which country we'll run.
So we're not just global, open for everybody? Maybe. I mean, of course, maybe our marketing will only be in English and only focus toward a certain people that we know. There's the highest number of people that own a VR goggle of any type. You find them in New York or in the US, but not in India or somewhere else. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if that's a part of our goals, but that's definitely something we have to think about, definitely. So we think about paying users. We want, out of 1 million, I mean, some people just come in once and try it. They don't like it. Should we think about how many active users we want? So 50% are recurring. So 50% come in twice a month, so on average. I don't know if that's hard to measure. You might need to go through some sort of a cohort analysis, but let's say if you use cohorts, the last cohort at the end of these 6 months, 50% are recurring.
At least 10% are on paid subscription.
How many?
At least 10% of users
10% paid, yeah.
on paid subscription.
10% are paying for the service. Okay. Any other ideas for goals?
Maybe we should think about customer satisfaction. So, well, we could use the same metrics that you were using on your initial speech about the customer support. So we shouldn't have too much customer.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be not more than, I don't know, 5–10%.
So 5 or 10% that have to contact customer support. Mm-hmm. Or we could also do a sort of like a NPR. So if we have
75% of NPS.
Oh, sorry?
75% of NPS.
75% NPS, okay. Do you all know NPS? What that is? Okay.
This type of product, so they're more like general. Yeah, but if it will be unstable, they'll just leave our product without leaving a support request. How often do they leave it?
No, they're different. Yeah.
Okay, let's take just these. So here we have 5 goals. These are maybe a bit too similar, so let's skip this one. So just have these 4. Okay, so we want to reach 1 million customers, want to integrate with 3 VR platforms. At least 10% of our customers are paying, and we have a higher than 75 score in the NPS metric. Okay, should we have them all? So as we are a new company, I personally would have 2 metrics slightly higher. I would say that the 1 million customers, as well as the paying customers, because of course we need to get money and should go up, thus slightly decreasing the other ones. Do you agree or disagree? Doesn't really matter. This is just a concept, so it's fine. Okay, so what I want you to do now. Do you all have pens and papers with you? No. I stole a few pads here as well, just in case. I don't know if there are more in here somewhere, but you can just take one of these and you can just either write on them, tear them up, so just pass them along, take as many as you need if you don't have one. I also have a few extra pens here if somebody needs a pen. So we need to think about every possible detail that we might want to have. We want to have the ability to send out a NPS customer satisfaction score to our customers. We want to be able to invite friends. We want to be able to make parties. Maybe you want to have well, that's actually a great idea. So you know the what's it called? The speed dating. So So of course we need to be able to match people. So how do we match people? Do you pass in your Facebook, your LinkedIn, and your Twitter, and we somehow segment you using some kind of machine learning or some algorithms to see that, oh, you're this type of person. You like rock and roll and you like fruits and spaceballs. So let's find somebody else who also likes similar things that you do, so we can match you with somebody that is similar. Or you might have preference. I want to have somebody tall, I want to have somebody blonde, I want to have somebody that lives in Afghanistan, I don't know. So just any type of preference that I might have. So that's some sort of a matching algorithm, right, that we would need to have in place. We need to be able to say yes and no. That might be some, like the Tinder site that some of you might know of. What else?
We should write it or...
Yes, exactly. Just put it down, then you should pass these ideas up to me, and I will write them into this one, and the person that has the idea will then describe it, and we will score it. So, but we have to think about everything. I want to get at least 50 or 60 ideas into here, if possible. Group games, okay. And how would you describe it?
Simple games like in B, this very simple graphics, but very engaging because of lots of people could game with you.
I'm sorry, I'm not following you completely.
Okay, just simple games.
Okay, so simple games.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you would describe it in more detail, exactly what type of, how would it work in the virtual dating?
Okay, like tennis.
Okay, so such as tennis. So you could go on a double date.
Huh?
So you could go on a double date. Basically, you and your friend would go on a date with two other friends,
Yep.
and you would go play tennis.
Yes.
Okay.
Bowling is the same. Just not like a shooter, but simple sport games or something like that.
So virtual double dates. Okay.
Also, group chat channels. It could be 1,000 plus avatar builder, avatar.
Okay.
Like conferences, events, and concerts, sport events, movies, cinema theaters.
Yeah. So I think we should now pass the mic just to keep this rolling because we have limited time.
One is enterprise version.
Enterprise version. Okay. So all of these are a bit high level. I would personally go into slightly more details for like smaller types of features, but still this is fine. This is just good enough to start with.
I propose tactile glove, like you even could touch your partner.
Okay, so tactile glove. So for a more interactive experience. Yeah.
And so also we could propose different cool places for meetings. It could be, you know, on the Imperial State Building.
Okay, so
It could be in New York in different countries.
option to select the dating venue.
Yes.
Oh.
So copy the Tinder feature, or we just put, you know, together with Tinder, propose the possibility of group meetings. You know, this feature in Tinder. You could with your friend. Find other
I don't use
girls
Tinder.
and, meet like a group of people.
Okay.
That's it.
Of course, we could also partner with Tinder, so you could just turn on the virtual reality if the person.
We should partner with all dating services.
Yeah.
And create value to them.
Okay, next one.
Okay, so we propose some integration with social networks that we can parse some interests, a lot of stuff. From
Okay,
social networks.
so parse demographic information.
Also, to addition with events, we propose to the possibility to buy some tickets for the events. For example, we can make some events payable. And also advanced search by, for example, by geolocation, by interests, by some tags or anything else. Some lists, for example, favorites or friends to manage some people, some lovers, friends. And the last one, some chat groups in which you can join and chat and find somebody and
Yeah, we already have it. Yeah,
already
yeah.
have it.
Very good.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, so first of all, we think that we should have a mobile app if we want to be integrated with Google Daydream and Samsung Galaxies and stuff. A lot of those platforms are operating through mobile, so in order to have larger user base, in order to have them, to have more customers and to get them easier, then there are a lot of users who use, like, say, Samsung Gear, and you would be using Daydream, and the guys who have Oculus for a couple of $1,000s. So we should have it. So next thing, in a dating service, well, we believe that it's important to have authentication. So we can do this through integrating with Facebook. So there would be no trolls, who are registering as 80-year-old girl, and they're actually fake guy sitting in his basement.
Yep.
Next thing, one other feature which should be important is the option of not showing people because you might now want to stumble upon your Facebook friends or anyone else that might...
Or your wife.
Sorry? Or your wife, for sure. Especially
from
yeah, so
special
you should
people.
be confident in that it's private for you, and you should be comfortable in this environment. Then in order to attract more customers and have them, be them paying ones, we'll offer free service, our platform, free membership for women, and it'll be paid for men.
Okay.
So this way we'll have more diverse audience in the platform.
Of course, this is more of a business decision than an actual feature, but still, we need to.
It's pretty much both, because it is a business decision, and both will have more diverse audience. There will be not men only stuff like that. So we'll try to attract more more diverse.
Yeah, that's because one of the main problem of dating platforms that there are always less women and more males.
Exactly.
Male profiles. So we want that's the reason. Actually, we want to make it free for women.
No, I completely understand, and I completely agree.
Next thing would be curated events, because one of the main issues, once again, on dating services is security concerns for women when they are meeting. They are afraid to meet other person because they're afraid for their security. So we're offering the curated events offline. Let's say the users of the platform would like to meet online, have some kind of meeting, like this one, and it'll be curated totally by us. So no accidents would happen and stuff like that. So they would feel safe and confident on those.
So are you talking about offline meetings?
Yeah. Offline.
Okay. So curated offline events.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then there should be the report user feature. So if one user misbehaves, there should be an option to report them, and then we would, our moderators will check the logs of his behavior, and if any wrongdoings are found, he'll be banned. Next thing is, of course, choose your preferences, male, female, also available for LGBT communities. Maybe both, it depends.
Yeah, I think this is basically what the search here really does. It filters the...
Well, yeah, it's more specific interest, I'd say.
No, I mean, this is a broad interest, okay.
And the last thing is integration with booking.com. If you want to meet each other and you're from various places, you're from different countries, you'll have suggestions on the best trips, best tickets and stuff. Same thing goes with Yelp. If you're in the same city, you can easily choose where do you want to meet, online or offline. Possibly Uber as well, in order to speed up the process.
Very good. Okay. I think we only have time for maybe 2 or 3 more ideas, then we should start scoring, because I think we only have 8 minutes left.
In case we want to add only several ideas, and we thought about any integration, so we want to add cross-platform meetings, so if you're using Google VR or HTC or Oculus Rift, then you should be able to meet each other. Also, we want to add movie meetings, like going to movie together if you're like family and someone went abroad for a long period of time, or cafe meetings where you're eating together in your VRs and you can see what each one eating.
Mm-hmm.
Also, random meet, when you want to go here and to meet someone absolutely random guy, and speed dating. When you have 10 minutes for meet, you select the place where you will meet, like space, Mars, ocean, etc. And for 10 minutes you're selecting to talk with someone. So also integration with Instagram to look for photos, but it's mentioned before, and most of other our features also was mentioned before.
Do you think this will help us reach 1 million customers, having this textual glove? No, I completely agree. It probably does not. Does it help us with integrations with third-party platforms? -1, I think. Okay. Even though we are technically, we're integrating with a new input device. It's not a platform per se. So it's just support for a input device, which these gloves really are. It's the same with the bodysuit. I mean, you probably need to have a tactile bodysuit so you can feel where the person is touching you, right? Okay, 0. Will it help us get paid users?
Yeah, it depends. We can put this glove in, for example, with the most expensive subscription package.
Or the thing is, if I actually bought this kind of glove, maybe I want to find use for it, so I'm willing to pay somebody else to give me a service where I can use it actually for.
Well, it would come along with the service. You cannot buy just the glove for the sake of it. So
it should be at least 1 point, because definitely it will be a paid subscription. And
okay. Will this increase the overall satisfaction? I'm going to say yes. This is true. This is definitely, this will make people like the solution a lot more. Would you think that designing this functionality would be very complex? Yeah. Think so? Okay. Do you think, building this, so this is the development, the engineering, the actual design, just the business, describing the functionality, do you think that would be as complex? I would say 1 as well.
What do you mean by business functionality?
So just having the product manager describe the functionality of the glove. Yeah.
To customers?
Yeah. So I accidentally deleted the formula. Sorry. So I'm just going to have to copy it again. Give me 1 second here. It's a bad mistake on my part. And everything is, give me 1 second. I can fix this, I promise. Okay, so we have a score of 43. And then we take this one and this one. Okay. So, do you feel that our confidence level here is correct? Do you think our estimates are okay? Let's just say yes, given 100. Okay, so this one has a score of 43.
Sorry, the confidence level, does it mean that we're talking about the idea in general? Or
No, only the estimates. So if my
So
if my feeling that this probably has a lot of complexities. I mean, this is a new type of input device. We've never worked with it before. It's going to be complicated. So let's just say 80, because I have a feeling that our assumptions, it's probably going to be a lot more difficult to design this functionality than to build it.